Saw that thing so beautiful. She just hit my heart, oh. Full force and she got me like, I be like, baby, why you so fine? Gotta make you mine. So hard to find. Baby like, oh, how'd you do the thing? The way that you do it and she ain't even show nothing. She be walking around so confident, so heaven sent. I think she was meant to knock them daylight. Like, girl, you so fine. Oh, 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 oh. Yeah. Girl, you rockin' like, ooh, baby, so fine. Miss Baby, girl, you knock 'em dead. Sublime, super fine. She was never lying, strutting in the heels or her slides. Either way, eyes on her every single day, week, year. Everyone wondering how she does it with no fear. All that confidence, was it heaven sent? Does it come within? Does it come run out? I don't know. She'll just have them running out and in. Man, they want to sin, talking deadly sin with Mrs. Lady. I don't understand why she hit them like. Girl, you knock 'em dead. Oh, oh, oh. How you do it, thing you do. Yeah, yeah. Baby, you knock 'em dead. I'm already saying.
Okay, we live. Share the message, brothers and sisters, globally. Here at Radio Diamond TV, bringing to you the best of ourselves at this particular time. At Radio Diamond, one of the best, we don't want to say the best, but one of the best media, radio / TV platform here in the UK, broadcasting to the world. Remember, we're live on the Radio Diamond TV, Radio Diamond platform as well. Please tune in, support this amazing station. It's about the world. It's about locally and globally. Brothers and sisters, it's such an honor to give it to you every single Sunday through this platform. And shout out Shout out to the founder of this platform, Radio Diamond TV. Yes, we are giving to you to the world right here, kings and queens, activists, lawyers, doctors, politicians. Everybody pass on to this channel to be able to send a message to the world that we are one as a people. And when we mean people, we know some people, they say, no, I'm not African, Kwabo. No, I'm not. And some people say, oh, I'm not black. And some people even say, no, I'm part of it. I'm not part of what y'all doing. I'm not from the continent. But guess what? You are part of the melanated family. Yes. Because you got melanin in your body, so you belong to the family. So that's why we don't care if you're Christian, if you're Muslim, if you're Hindu. What we care about, it's your spirituality. What we care about is your heart. That's why, brothers and sisters, we're giving this special show. We're going to be having a special guest, Queen Mother, right from New York. She just happened to probably be born in New York or somewhere around that area, but her spirit traced back to the continent. She's a mother, a queen mother. This is not just a word, this is a title. And then we're going to be having a king right in Ghana. King, he asked me to pronounce his name right. Otherwise, they will charge me. they will punish me when I get to Ghana. So his name is, no, I don't even say king because Nene Tetteh is already king. So it's Nene Tetteh Abuodonu the fourth. I will ask him if I'm pronouncing right. Nene Tetteh Abuodonu the fourth. So the fourth generation. He's one of the king in Ghana. And then, as you know, Ghana is challenging the political system, the mainstream political system. Ghana is challenging. So that's why, brothers and sisters, we're doing this show to be able to ask you a simple question. The main topic of this show today, this is the main topic, brothers and sisters. As you can see in your screen, because both of them have something to do with the UN. They've been there before, just as I am. I was there before to speak on behalf of my kingdom. Because, just to introduce, I'm descendant of Queen Nzinga, Ndongo Amatamba. Yes, one of the greatest queens that led two kingdoms, Ndongo Amatamba. And I'm the international ambassador that been promoting Queen Nzinga. Yes, brothers and sisters. Yes, when you're talking about Queen Nzinga, one of the great generals, she wasn't just sit on the throne. She was there on the battlefield. Give the Portuguese a business. Yes. So when we talk about Queen Nzinga, we also have to mention Yaya Ashantua. Queen Nani from the Maroons. We have to mention Queen Mother Winnie Mandela. Harriet Tubman, Queen Mother Harriet Tubman, yes. Queen Mother Rosa Parks. Queen Mother Betty Shabazz. Yes. Queen Mother Coletta Scott King. You have to mention all these queens. Because oftentimes we only just talk about Mandela, Malcolm X, Dr. King. But we forgot those who are behind the scene. And that's why we have to celebrate all these great queens, like Queen Mother Blakely. She's been out there doing the work, brothers and sisters. This is the topic of the show today. We're not going to hold you much longer. This is the topic of the show today. The UN, as we all know, declared the transatlantic, even this name slave, we have to kind of We're just going to talk about it based on the show that we're doing today, but because our ancestors, they weren't slaves. Our ancestors, they weren't slaves. No. Yes. They were prisoners of war in foreign land. And in Africa, yes, a lot of them, they were prisoners and they fought. They just didn't stand by. Yes, we had some few collaborators that look like us, but majority fought. And those of us, I'm saying those of us because we are the new version of them, they decide they've been thrown into the ocean. Yes. And then we all know a lot of our mothers and babies being tortured. And that's why this challenge of Ghana, it ain't just about Ghana itself, it's about all of us. Yes, because the UN declare that the transatlantic slave trade was a gravest crime against humanity. And the question we're asking you, what kind of reparation then the African people in the continent and diaspora need the most? What kind of reparation we need the most? Yes. And then when we're talking about reparation, everybody must fight. I'm not fighting here to trying to take the spotlight of the Jamaican descent that stood here, built this nation that I'm standing on, UK. No. My biggest deal is with the Portuguese. Yes, because Portuguese, they invade Angola, which is my country. Now they call Angola. But the real name is Angola, Lands of Kings, Angola. So my deal is with the Portuguese, but I have to support our struggle with our brothers and sisters in the United States that claim reparation, in the UK. And I'm expecting you to support me as well. Yes. So the French sides, the French speakers, their deal is with the French speakers, with the French. So that's why we are giving you the mic to ask yourself what kind of reparation we need the most. We, as melanated Black people, what kind of reparation we need the most? It's about economic reparation. It's about mental reparation, institutional reparation. What kind of reparation we did the most? And what role the UN can play on pushing this cause of reparation? Because ultimately, the Jew got reparations. So many people got reparation, but until today, African/Black melanated people, they didn't got none. They only got 40 acres of mule. And then here in the UK, they gave reparations to the I don't like to say slave owners. No, because they gave reparation to those who commit the crime, but they didn't give reparation to those who suffer the crime. That's why King Nene Tetteh is already here. I know he's got a busy schedule, but we're gonna have him very shortly to say something right in Ghana. But I'm giving him the mic to the Queen Mother in New York to give a quick introduction of herself. The floor is yours, Queen Mother Blakely. Tell us why, until this day, you're still fighting on behalf of our people. Because you could have been just sitting down, relaxing the Manhattan, standing over there in the streets of Harlem, but you are still fighting on behalf of our people. Why are you still fighting?
I say to you this morning, in the spirit of Queen Mother Audley Moore, who fought for over 80 years one single word, and it was reparations for the greatest crime committed against the people. I was with Queen Mother to her side that she allowed me to be with for 20 years of her life. And during that 20 years, I went with Queen all over Mother Africa and searched for who she really is and was. And in that search, one single word she would say to the First Lady, Miriam Babangida in Nigeria, Anana Rollins in Ghana, and the list will go on. Reparation. The world owes us reparation for the greatest crime ever committed against us. Queen Mother lived to be almost 100 years old, and she asked me to promise her that I would continue to fight for reparation from where I am as a humanitarian at the United Nations for 58 years. And I agreed with Queen Mother before she became an ancestor that I would continue the liberation struggle of that one word, reparations. As she would say, honey, go get your money. They owe you for that crime, for the greatest crime committed against us. And she will explain to me what that meant to her in our world travels to the soil of Mother Africa. And keeping that promise to Queen Mother Audley Moore, I waged the war continuously in her spirit since 1997 when she became an ancestor. And being at the United Nations, as I stated, going on 58 years. And now I'm becoming a strong elder, making our people whole again and knowing who they really are and having the rights to return to the soil of Mother Africa. The oldest Queen Mother in the Shanti region, the king who sits on the stool, his mother invited me to Kumasi. And I had to do certain things before I met with her, not in her yard or on her bench and waiting for her to wake up in the morning. But the oldest Nana, the Queen Mother, had me in her royal palace. Can you imagine that she assembled me in the royal palace in the Shanti region? And being with her, can you imagine what she talked about with me? Can you imagine that she blessed me after I had been installed in Ghana and upon the region? Can you imagine that the king wanted his mother to embrace me and hear from me? But being in her palace as a mother to me, and she told me who I was and prayed with me and gave me my my rule, or gave me my reign, or gave me my orders of what to do, not as Queen Mother Moore, but as Queen Mother Blakely. And she blessed me, and my royal position is in North America. She blessed me and ordered me, and really ordered my steps of leadership for my people to return to the soil of Mother Africa. Healing, transformation, DNA, science, technology, and what lies in the belly of Mother Africa, all of the natural resources that the world is looking for, lies in Mother Africa belly. And can you imagine this elder, this nobility of a woman, understood who I was and seek of my people, that she brought me into her palace and set me down and prayed with me. I will never forget her blessing me. And when she became an ancestor, I said to the king of Kamasi, he said to me at the United Nations some years ago, when will I be coming home, Mama? I said, I cannot come now. I must wait. The relationship that I had with your mother, I cannot come home. I cannot. I cannot come home. As she now is an ancestor, and to the time permit me so. The time has not come for me to come home. Nana Rollins, yes, and I can't even come home for her. A daughter, a Nana, that was with us, with Mama Winnie Mandela in South Africa the last time I laid eyes on her at Mama Winnie Mandela's life celebration in Soweto. We talked to each other as women of God, as women of Africa. Can you imagine being enriched, embraced, and loved by women like Manana Rollins? I will never forget of her giving me the car back in 1987, 1985, 1986 to sojourn to the Cape Coast. And in the Cape Coast, I was snatched in Ghana. I was snatched in Ghana. And she allowed me to use her car and her driver to take me on the mission to the Cape Coast. Staying for 3 days and 3 nights in the dungeons of the Cape Coast, the stench. And as you remember and recall that years later, Barack Obama came with his family and with his wife, who wailed and cried in the dungeons where I stayed for 3 days and 3 nights.
Wow, 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 wow.
And
Brothers and sisters.
and meeting the president more than once, Jerry Rawlings and other presidents of Ghana, but to have laid my eyes during the General Assembly of this past year, 80th anniversary of the United Nations, President John Mahama, with his dashiki on in the United Nations, during the General Assembly, the debates of heads of states from all over the world, 80th anniversary. President of the GA, a woman from Germany, held the gavel, called the meeting to order, and there, in his statement with the there there at the United Nations with the dashiki on, the word reparation came out of his mouth. I almost fell to the floor and thanking God in many languages. God, Allah, Jesus, Every name I knew and every name I will never know of the death of my ancestors in the transatlantic ocean of the slave trade, the greatest crime ever committed against our people. As I said to the United Nations, every meeting they allowed me to speak in, you owe me personally for that crime. $3 trillion is a down payment I will take from you. You can never pay me for that crime committed against me, has been my voice in the United Nations and in the spirit of Queen Mother Audley Moore, who carried reparations for 80 years of her life. 80 is very symbolic to me at a time like this spiritually. 80, the United Nations 80, the revolution of China 80, Nigeria, the largest group of Africans on the continent. I am born October 1. I am going on 85 years old as I speak to you this morning or this afternoon or this evening. I say to you, to have a son from Ghana come on our day right after the women, which is March, Women's Month, in the spirit of the mothers, the daughters, the sister, the girl child, the rebirth of a people, for him to come March the 25th and in search of us, 55 million displaced Africans of the transatlantic ocean of the slave trade. What a tall order. What a divine mission through the womb of mothers, the mothers of civilization, as he came for his divine mission. And I made it clear to his delegation, he cannot enter the UN without the Ark of Return, the African burial ground of our ancestors. They worked children to death. He must get permission from our ancestors and pray to our ancestors and to the God force within him, as a Muslim man doing Ramadan, before he could speak in the GA hall. He listened to us and he went through the Ark of Return at the United Nations. He went through it in honor and respect and prayed to our ancestors and the God force within him for his divine mission. And I said to him in coming out of the Ark of Return, dearly beloved son, I have a gift for you, my book, The Harlem Street Nun. The first chapter of the book speaks of my roots of coming to Ghana. And the year is there placed upon the book that he received from me. And I thanked him in saying, let God have his way. Let Allah have his way in your life. As he left me with his eyes down, saying, yes, mama, yes, mama, yes, mama, never looked up at me. His eyes down in a prayerful state, in a spiritual reunion with us, the 55 million displaced children who wants to come home to the soil of Mother Africa, to touch
Wow.
and smell her. He left me after I asked him to look up for the cameras, to take a photo, to take a picture. And he looked up for the first time on that spiritual journey. He went on in the GA hall, which they was beckoning me to join him. I said, no, you go on, dearly beloved son, and deliver in the GA hall, in the General Assembly Hall of the United Nations. The ancestor and God is with you. And we depart our ways as he sojourned on into the General Hall of the United Nations.
Wow.
There as he stood, and I witnessed him in the General Assembly Hall, surrounded by black and brown children, school children, was in the room when he spoke. And then the tally of the which only God could have
In March.
made that happen for us. The victory he won for us. Our work now is cut out for us on this journey with Queen Mother Audley Moore, Mama Fletcher, who lived to be 111 years old, from Black Wall Street, Tulsa, Oklahoma. Her dream was to go home when she saw me with the kente cloth from head to toe. I want to go to Africa. I want to go to Africa. She went to Africa. She went to Ghana. I thank Ghana of receiving two of our elders from Tulsa, Black Wall Street, memorializing them. And now both our ancestors wanted to go home to the soil of Mother Africa. They gave her her passport before she became an ancestor, living to be 111 years old. How moved
Wow.
God is in our lives, the children that waits to join to the shores of Mother Africa. And
Wow.
this is our dream, our hopes, our mission is for me as the oldest queen mother in North America to bring the children home with Mwalimu Julius Nyerere, MZ Kenneth Kaunda, Nelson and Mama Winnie Mandela. And the list goes on. Jerry and Mama Rollins. Jerry Rollins was a son of ours. Beyond Ghana, every 2 years we came to Ghana for Africans coming together with Dr. Leon Sullivan of the United States every 2 years. I will never forget the journey we've been on with those that have gone before us. And that spirit energy is boiled within him. We must wrap our arms around him and give him all the love and advice and guidance for us through King, the oldest kingdom, Kush. The oldest kingdom in the Nile is called the kingdom of Kush, which we are in search of our ancestors and restoring that kingdom in the Nile of Sudan. And I say to all of you, Ashe, Ashe, your Royal Highness, Queen Mother took the floor, but the running blood within my vein is one of urgency to us as we move on now to Geneva for the people of African descent, for our deliberation and our discussion of our reparation that will pour like honey to us beyond the divine mission, which is a sacred and holy one. It is a new day. It is a new birth. Only the Creator could invest us in. Only the Creator could allow it to happen as we stretch our right and left brain to give honor and understand who we are and whence we come from. Flow the love to all of you and say to all of you on a Easter Sunday, which is the day, stay on the sacred path of life. Stay on it. God runs the world and we all run around in it. Don't get it twisted, as the hip hop queen mother would say to the young people for their 50th anniversary. Drop the mic and raise the peace in the comfort zone of God, the force of all life. Everything is in divine order. Ashe, Ashe, Ashe. Oh, amen.
Wow.
And
Wow.
so be it.
Queen Mother. Queen Mother. Wow. I wanted to, brothers and sisters, this is the reason that we're doing this show. It's to having our queen mothers, our kings, to be able to interact with you, with the world. She was she was singing a melody of our ancestors. She wasn't even talking. She was rhyme. She was flying with the sound of our ancestors, with the spiritual sound of healing. Because we know clearly the world is only going to heal itself when the queen mothers and the queen sisters begin to take their thrones. Yes, it's a fact. That's why Africa is a mother. And you must need to respect our mothers and understand the voice of healing. Brothers and sisters, you heard it. So, Queen Mother Blakely, she's happened just a base in the United States. But her spirit traced back to the kingdoms of Africa, to the kingdoms of El Kebuland. That's why, brothers and sisters, we're going to be here from King Nene Tetteh. He's in Ghana right now. King Nene Tetteh Abuodonu the Fourth. Yes, he's currently into an event, but he's going to join us very, very shortly. Uh, Queen Mother Blakely, obviously, knowing that you were there at the UN, witness history, witness uh, not only the political situation that is happening by them admitted that the transatlantic slave, okay, slave, but I'm not, just understand, I don't like to mention slave because my ancestors weren't slave, but I will mention based on the title that they put on. Uh, it's now considered the gravest crime against humanity. So, what do you felt being with the Ghanaian politicians there, with the president Mahama, uh, being with amongst other world and leaders, community leaders, knowing that you've been fighting for all these years? What do you felt, Queen Mother?
There is no words to express what I felt as even today. what I felt. There's no word. But know that we are not alone in our liberation struggle of a people. When Ghana took the high road with us, they just, spirit energy just is shaping Ghana to have done that for us. We don't have our own country. In spite of we are larger than many nations at the United Nations that are members of the United Nations. We are larger in many nations of the United Nations or members of the United Nations, but we don't have our own country. We think of the African Union of giving us an opportunity to be Region 6, but we need our own stance.
Mm,
We are pleased that Ghana has taken brothers and sisters who want to return home. But our way of life is so different from Ghana.
mm,
Tradition and our culture of African descendants, our ways are different. But we thank Ghana, and I'm just in love with, I called him Ambassador Tetteh from Angola, who was at the United Nations. Now he's the foreign minister. That's my son, because Angola cared about us and went to the African burial ground in New York to honor our ancestors and to be one with us. Oni in Ife, I'm the queen mother of Ife. Oni, for about 47 or 48 years old. He's not 50 years yet. I tagged onto him the king of Ife when he came to the UN. You could imagine me pulling on his arm, and you can imagine his security having a fit, but they could have a fit all they wanted to. He came into my space, Abagari, Abagdari. A lot of the names we cannot say because it was swept out of us to forget our ancestors, forget our home, and it never happened in history. My DNA is north, south, east, west, and central. I don't have any other blood in me outside of African blood across the continent of Mother Africa. As I did my DNA at the Ark of Return at the United Nations and a few years ago when the Ark was built at the United Nations. And so, what I'm saying to you, we at a time that we are opening up the well of talking to each other, hearing from other. What would you do if you had your reparation? How would you use it? If the floodgate is open tomorrow morning, what preparation are we doing? Because God's ways are not like ours. God's plan is not always the plan we may have for ourselves when we go into the higher being of who we are. And that's the force of dealing with our young people in education. Who are you? Whence thy come? Beyond mommy and daddy. What is that spirit energy within you that captures you to be the hip hop generation for 50 years that changed the world through the culture? The culture is the soul energy of any people that I have been around from many countries, not only in Africa, but in Europe and Asia, wherever. I have a sense of the EU. I have been in the House of Lords. I have been there. I have spoken there about my ancestors. And I have a sense of Scotland. I have a sense of Ireland. I have a sense of what Africans who left home on by free will of going throughout the US and throughout Europe and other countries in Asia, the free will to do so. But keep in mind, we did not have that choice of our free will on that voyage of the transatlantic ocean of enslaved people.
So,
My
so, 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 so,
God
Queen
have
Mother, just a quick question. Uh, if you mentioned about having your own country as African descent in the United States, having your own country. Where do you want this country to be? In the continent? Because it is important to have this discussion because we can part the Africans, the descendants of Africans in the United States are very much connect with the continent. And then together, your economy is probably the sixth biggest economy in the world. In terms of the population, as you said, you're the African people based in the United States. Even we're not even just talk about the Africans who actually migrated recently. We're talking about the descendants of like yourself and so many others. So, do you reckon it's about time to have this serious discussion with the with the AU, the African Union, to say, you know what, can you actually working together with us to curve us a piece of land in the continent so we can work together with you.
they
But
did they did it.
so
What I like
just like for example,
they
the
did it in
British.
Israel. They did it in Israel. They
Yeah,
did
exactly.
it.
That
They
that's
did
what
it in
I wanted to
Israel.
mention.
We
Yeah.
looking at what's happening now in Israel.
Hmm.
The United Nations was a part of that. They were a part of the land base of giving land. And I think we have found a place where we want to be, and they need to allow it to happen with no problem. And that is the kingdom of Cush. African descendants is restoring it as I'm talking to you. We realize that how many citizens can we have in Ghana? How many from us? What would be the toll? We know we have the resources to bring home, which we did for the 400 years celebration in Ghana. But all of us can't come to Ghana and stay. All of us can't go to Senegal and stay. All of us can't go to Nigeria and stay. All of us cannot go to Burkina Faso and stay. We just can't in Mali. We can't in Timbuktu. Cannot. We have a right for a place of our own. And as some are debating not to leave here, but stay here and die here in the United States, others do not want to do that. Have a right to return to the soil of our ancestors if it's nothing but for 7 days or 14 days and return. We should have a right to return home.
So so
And the AU should set that tone with us.
that's what we're getting now. I'm glad that you already opened this discussion,
Yeah.
this important discussion of how can we partner ourselves if the UN and Europe, to some extent, European, the British, the white America curve a land for Israel. Why can the AU and obviously the leadership is down to the also the leadership in the United States to have this discussion now as you approaching the Ghanaian president to say, you know what, we wanted to partner with you, we wanted to work with you, but we want to have our own house in that house called Al Kebuland. So since we're all part of that house, some of you born in that house, some of us spiritually connect in that house. Why can we not work together to curve the land so we can develop that house, which is the continent of Africa? And
Yes.
this is the discussion that I, picking what you're saying, it's a relevant discussion.
Very much
So
so.
instead of our brothers shutting the door like the FBI shutting the door, say we are the foundation of Black America, we don't want anything to do with you. So why don't we open the conversation and say, you know what, how can we working together?
Yes.
Once the reparation is achieved, we're talking about economic reparation,
Yes.
you can be able to say, you know what, I've got the money, I'm going to spend to build the house because I'm not going to stay here with you, white America, because by staying, you give me the money, I will be spent here in your system. It's like a suicidal.
And give it back to you. But they are
So,
alert. But it's amazing of the alertness amongst African descendants at this time. We have what you call the Underground Railroad, and we're working it through Harriet Tubman, by the way, the Underground Railroad
wow,
is taking place whether we like it or not. God's hand is all up in it. What happened this past week and weeks to come forward, the preparation for us over the last 400 years or so.
wow. So,
And
so,
we
so,
are doing an analysis. Why so long for the world to have heard us? Why so long? That is a conversation that we started even yesterday. Yesterday, we crowned and stool our Queen Mother, Asantewa, who lives amongst us all her natural born days of her life. We installed her yesterday in the spirit of Queen Mother Audley Moore. Sankofa, the warrior children of the powerful pioneers, the pioneers that are powerful. They've
wow.
been working on their own. When you think of our young people that are taking care of their health, they eat what they grow and they grow what they eat. It's a conversation they're having amongst themselves. I wish you could have been with us yesterday with Sankofa. What a bonding, what a coming out for the elders of those who've been holding the culture, the tradition, the language, the sounds, and the spirit of a people. Now that must be released to the younger generation, passing the torch or passing the legacy is what we did yesterday. You
But
had to
before,
believe what we did yesterday.
no, Queen Mother, before you talking about Sankofa, so we having the main organizer, and then we're going to be having few sisters in the platform that'll be able to interact with you. But we now having uh, His Royal Highness Nene Tetteh Abu Donu the Fourth, right in Ghana. Uh, so as you said, it just came. He didn't want it to have, obviously, as he is one of the guests. He said, although he's busy, he's actually on the way into an event. But he said, no, I need to be on the show just to send a message to our brothers and sisters throughout the diaspora. Uh, King, His Royal Highness Nene Tetteh Abu Odonu the Fourth, right in Ada State. So in Kabia Wetu Kingdom. I actually know that now. See, I'm know. So the floor is yours, King Nene Tetteh Abu Odonu. The floor is yours.
Yeah, I send my royal greetings to all of you and all the world and all viewers of this program. It's my privilege to be with you at this time in history. This moment we live in stands in the middle of history. Whatever we do now will liberate the future, and our deeds will liberate our ancestors who went through this horrific journey many years ago. There is one thing they call the providential time identity. In 2019, that providential identity came to pass. And following from 2019, everything that will come will be in favor of the black race. Why am I saying that? If you go into your books, the books they wrote for us, 40 days in the wilderness, Moses 40 days out of Egypt. This number 4 plays a very significant role in our history. So after the 400 years, which end with number 4, the world has now changed. You could quite remember that years ago, the things like reparation and all the fight for our civil rights and freedom, independence were not easy at all. But now it's becoming easy because the spiritual doors and the heavens have has opened. The tide is changing, and this is the time for the black man. So let us all, standing in the middle of history, take advantage of this momentous time and let us ride with it and liberate our people. Things like this, people say that it can never happen. No. When the spiritual time is up, nobody can change it. So what our president is doing, President Mahama is doing for the world, let us all galvanize around him and let us all be with him, give him
Amen.
the strength, give him the power so that
Amen.
we can liberate the world.
Wow,
So at
wow.
this, yes, at this time, I tell black people all over the world that the civilization is yours. Gone were the days that they killed our leaders. Gone were the days that they will eliminate our leaders. But the fight now
So it will become soon, as you saw, is right on the way to an event. Uh, but it's gonna be coming very shortly because obviously as he on the road, so the internet goes in and out.
Sure.
But you heard it. There we go. Is again.
fight is a fight that is going to liberate us. By the way, let's look at the thing. Let's observe the data. The data shows that by 2050, the population of Africa will be 2.5 billion, meaning that every four human beings walking on planet Earth, one will be an African. And Africa's youth will be 40% of the world youth,
Mm,
full of resources. Then Africa has the most resources in the world. So now it's not a battle of eliminating our leaders, but a battle of Africa leading the world. So the spiritual doors are open for us. Let us all come together with one mind and let's follow this tide so that we can transform Africa. It's our
mm,
time. Brothers and sisters, it's our time. Let's unite so that
Wow.
mm,
Africa will unite.
mm,
No
Is,
fears. We shouldn't
is
fear.
Roy Highness, hold on. What is your message to the sons of soil, those who are born in diaspora, century, generation after generation? Those of us who are saying, look, we wanted to partner with you, we wanted to work with you, because you're the you're the owners of the land. The politicians, they're going, they come and go. But the real owners of the land, they have to be part of this conversation. And we got few leaders in the diaspora say we wanted to come back to the continent. But can we
All
working
right.
together in order? What is your message to the African people, melanated people born in diaspora in the United
Yeah.
States, in Brazil,
Okay.
in the
All right.
UK, in Jamaica, in Haiti? What is your message to them?
My message is clear. And it is clear in the sense that now the spiritual doors are open. Ghana have these programs instituted to give any diasporan a dual citizenship. And now we are initiating the Royal Majestic Return. The Royal Majestic Return will will create tour companies to bring Africans into Africa, and we'll give them homes, and we'll do the naming ceremony so that anytime they return to Africa, they have homes to go to. Even recently now, Ghana is working that any African country will not need a visa to Ghana. And that's just the tip of the iceberg. So my message to you now is that the diasporans should come and let us build Africa. It's the most resourceful place in the world. And now the Chinese are rushing to Africa, marrying African women so they can put their business here. Europe is saying that, oh, African partnership. Honestly, I want our brothers and sisters to start coming now so that they will inherit things that their ancestors left
So, so,
behind.
King Nene Tetteh, uh, Queen Mother Blakely asked a very important question. So the question was, and then we actually asked this question. So, yes, the UN now declared it was the gravest crime against humanity. Now
That's
it's
true.
also about reparation. So the UN, the Europeans, they curve a land for the Jew that now they form Israel. So do you reckon what is your take if because it's also part of the reparation. If the Africans diasporans from Brazil, from United States, from Jamaica are coming together and having a serious conversation with the owners of the land and with with the politicians to say, you know what? Can you please curve us a piece of land that we can build our nation there to strengthen the house which is the motherland, Africa. What is your take? So, because ultimately, it's also part of the reparation. Because some of our people, for example, when they go back to Africa from Brazil, maybe because of the language barrier, maybe because of this, sometimes those people they might don't want to they want to work with our people on the ground, but in society they also want to say, you know what, we develop our way of life, although we are African. So my question to you, uh, can we, is that possible for the kings and the politicians having a serious conversation with the leaders throughout the diaspora, those who want to go back to the continent, but not necessarily stepping into somebody else's sovereignty, but say, we want to build our own sovereignty so we can work with you. And we see Israel oftentimes working with Europeans, working with the United States, the white America. What is your take, King Nene Tetteh, as the owner of the land?
My take is that we, the kings, own the land. And now we are working in collaboration with the politicians that our people that will be returning home will give them what is due to them, their land, so they can develop it. So that is not an issue at all because we are ready to welcome our brothers and sisters in the diaspora. Forget all narratives going on social media and all sort of things. We are working to make sure that what rightful belongs to them will come to them. So tell them, and I'm telling the world, there is no issue. They will have what belongs to them. Thank you.
Wow. Wow. So, last but not least, Queen Mother Dolores Blakely. There's any question that you want to send to the, or any question that you want to ask to the king, is here. The floor is yours, Queen Mother. Any
Um,
question?
yes, to the to your Royal Highness, Queen Mother is very honored in hearing your voice. I just want to say when I first arrived in Ghana, everybody wanted to sell me anything they could sell me because they saw me as a foreigner. They looked at me and thought I was an African, could not speak the language, did not know the tradition, did not know the culture. I was an outsider. But I made it clear to Ghana and every part of Africa, everywhere I've gone in Africa, I don't buy nothing from Africa. They have to give it to me. Give it to me as a gift or move out my way. I don't buy anything from Africa. I have a right to my home of my ancestors. And so with me having that kind of standard, when I came home, I don't know what made me do that. I've been to China, I started going to China, and I'm not afraid of China with their 2 point some billion people or 1 point some billion people, which India is larger than them. I've been going to China since 1975 when China didn't have many things they may have today. They let me in to their country when it was closed to the rest of the world. I can negotiate with China. China cannot have Africa. I don't care who they marry and who they have babies for. What is ours is ours. I believe I can talk to China. China needed me when they didn't have friends. Their doors was closed if you went to China in 1975. Zhou Enlao and Chairman Mao was still alive at that time. Why was I invited from the United Nations Association at that time? Only God knows why. Maybe
Wow.
that's why today I can negotiate with China. I can negotiate with Mother Africa to let her know we are the children of Africa, Your Royal Highness. Your Royal Highness. We're not asking Africa for nothing. We are the daughters and sons of our ancestors for the door of no return in the Cape Coast Dunyans. We are they. You
Wow.
are our family. And if you are my family, you can't tell me to come home. I am coming home. I began to come home when you didn't even know me. And I look just like you. So, with that, we have to be clear on the language that we say to our dear brothers who want to return home. And I was so happy that Oni said to me, the
Alpha,
Maasai
the
land
sound is
said
not
to
coming.
the Maasai said to me in Maasai land, Mama, you've been lost, but you back. Mama, you home, and I don't know where you
Alpha,
been.
the
That
sound is
is
not coming.
Can you hear me, King?
so, Your Royal Highness,
Uh, uh,
our
uh,
dearly beloved King, just hear our sentiments, hear our love, hear our honesty, and talking with you.
wow.
Hear us
Wow. Ki-
as your brothers and sisters from the royal land, from the kingdoms.
wow.
Embrace.
Wow. King Nene Tetteh, can you hear me? King, can you hear me? Wow. He's gonna come back in. He's gonna come back in again. So he's now in the better place. I can see that uh the driver pull off is right in a better place now.
But you
So
can always send him the tape. We on the super highway now.
no, no, but the king owned it. He really wanted to have this discussion with you, with the family.
Yes,
Uh,
tell him that mean that I need to come home
right.
and get
King,
off the super highway.
King, King Abododu, can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you
Can you
now.
hear me? Okay, good. So let's hear a few more questions because we got plenty. No, I'm not gonna have all that. So hold on. We got a
Yeah,
lot of people.
let me quickly answer my queen mother.
Oh, okay, okay. Before
Tell
you
queen
answer the
mother
Queen
that
Mother, no, 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 Majesty. Before you answer the Queen Mother, brothers and sisters, look, this show is put together by Radio Diamond. Soon, the radio will switch to the next DJ, but the image will continue. So we know we got brothers from Brazil, brothers from Brazil. Shout out to Professor Dagoberto, King Nene to know Professor Dagoberto anyway. Shout out to all of you brothers and sisters in Brazil, brothers in Angola, asking questions, want to get in. Anyway, we'll give you literally 1 minute for each one, but let King Nene first answer Queen Mother, uh, Queen Mother Blakely. So the floor is yours, Royal Highness.
queen mother, Africa is your home. You have no permission. You can come anytime.
Oh, alhamdulillah. Blessing.
And if you are willing, I will invite you into the royal or council royal home
Yes.
so that your title as a queen would traditionally be fed to you,
Alhamdulillah.
so that you be part of us.
Oh.
I'll give you a little bit of the royal Okansi family. We brought the first newspaper to colonial Gold Coast that
Mm,
advocated for independence.
mm,
We sponsored Kwame Nkrumah to Lincoln. We
mm.
brought Nigeria Namdi Azikiwe, who became the first Nigerian president,
Yes.
and
Mm-hmm.
also Johnson Wallace from Sierra Leone to be editors
Mm,
of that paper. We
mm,
brought the first commercial bank to Ghana.
Mm,
and we brought cinema into Ghana.
mm,
And in 1939, when they were cheating us of our cocoa prices, we, the Cancer family, stood up with the Cocoa Federation
mm.
to store every cocoa bean in Ghana, not moving to the West until the British called us and we went to the British Parliament and defended it. And the price we wanted was installed for us. That's the family in which I'm inviting you to come to be part of us.
Alhamdulillah. Blessings.
Wow.
So now the doors are
Yeah.
open. No, that I'm coming. The doors are open, my queen mother. Anytime
Oh,
you want to come, we'll receive you.
oh.
And any African that want to come, you are welcome. I don't call them diaspora; they are African. This is their land, and they should come and take what belongs to them. Thank you.
Blessing.
So,
Blessing.
so King Nene Tetteh, the question that one of the brother asking, which is really relevant, what is the role of before the sister? We give the mic to the sister. Just 1 second. Uh, we've seen the president of Ghana and the Queen Mother at the UN. They were amazing representing the melanated people. Oh, calm down, man. They were amazing to representing the Kingdom of Africa and the children of diaspora. So, what is the role of the kings to enforcing reparation through the UN?
Yeah.
Yes.
He likes that beer too.
What is the role of the kings to enforcing reparation at the UN?
Have a seat.
Yes. Now, President Mahama has sound the bell,
Mm-hmm.
and we, the kings, are going to sit down to organize ourselves
Mm,
so that we can take
mm.
the fight from this place. Because actually, it wasn't the politicians who were there when slave trade came on. It was we, the kings, who were there. So
Yes,
we
yes.
we owe we owe our brothers abroad, all over the world. We owe them a big responsibility to make sure that we can institute the
Mm-hmm.
reparation correctly and effectively
Alhamdulillah.
to them.
Oh my
So
God.
it's our responsibility. We'll start working on it.
Oh,
Mm.
God is awesome, God. That's all I can say, Your Royal Highness. God is awesome, God, to hear this from you this morning. You know
Wow. So
that
so so
part.
Ki- so King Denetete.
Mm,
Now we're gonna give the mic to
mm,
you. Mention about crowning because you were part of the coronation of one of our Queen Mother in the United States, Queen Mother from Tulsa, Oklahoma, and then
Yeah.
we had a queen. We got a queen that put the Sankofa International Conference. The queen that invite you, Queen Janine Zinga.
mhm,
So she had a powerful Sankofa yesterday that she invited Queen Mother Blakely. So I'm giving you the mic. What is your question to the king and to Queen Mother as well? The floor is yours, Queen Janae.
mhm.
Greetings and blessings. Hello,
Greetings.
King Nene Tetteh. So
Hello.
good to see your face again. It's so familiar. Such grandeur and majesty. I'm still glowing from meeting you in 2024. Um, and we had the opportunity to spend time with Queen Mother Dolores yesterday at the Sankofa International Conference, crowning Queen's coronation. It was beautiful. It was absolutely beautiful. We were celebrating Queen Yaa Asanteway, who has given her life and dedicated her life to teaching us and hosting the Marcus Garvey Day Parade here in Harlem, New York. And with that being said, we want to invite you all back to New York City in 2027 for the 2027 Inter Sankofa International Conference official coronation and crowning queen. So we can have you all come to New York and officially crown Queen Mother Dolores Blakely, as well as Queen Mother Yah Asanteway, with all of the royal family in attendance. So we would love for you all to come and make your arrangements. And we got everything worked out ahead of time this year. We have a nice venue to use and accommodations that we'll be making for everyone to come into New York City in 2027. So everybody pack your bags, get your visas, get your passports ready, and come back to New York so we can celebrate with Queen Mother Dolores Blakely. And she is such a joy, y'all. She is. We had such a good time yesterday. I'm tired. I know I look terrible, but
So hold on a
I'm
second.
so
Hold on a
tired.
second. Let King
Yeah,
Nene let King Nene
yeah,
uh, answer. King Nene, there's another invitation for you.
yeah.
Are you 2027 Sankofa International Conference in New York
Mm-hmm.
to officially, traditionally crown
Tradition.
the Queen Mothers that's standing up for our people in New York and in the
Okay.
United States. So the floor is yours.
Okay. Yes, is the African work, and I'm open to it. Anything concerning Africa, I'm ready to work on that. So the invitation, I accept the invitation to New York Sankofa 2027.
Um,
Wow. Okay.
Greetings.
Queen Janae, anything
Yes.
more you want to add? So the invitation
I
accepted.
Yes, thank you so much for your acceptance. I can't even talk right now, but it's just been a blessing to have you all come and be a part of us as a family. And I stress that so much when organizing the Sankofa International Conference. This is our family. We Africa must unite. We have got to see that we are the same people. We're just different tribes. We are tribal people. We are the same. We got to put all those differences aside and we got to unite globally. And that's what we're doing with the Sankofa International Conference. Every year, we get better and better and bigger and stronger. And hopefully, we can see the differences and also the similarities of our people. Because you look just like Queen Tetteh look just like my father, just like my dad. You know what I mean? Like it's so scary. I be like, I look just like Queen and Singer. I cannot. Once you see it, you can't not see it. But you have to see. And the only way you're gonna be able to see it is if you come and you stand over with us and you see your family. You see your real family, not just the people you grew up with, but the people that you didn't know about. So please come, and that's for all of you. We extend that invitation to the entire diaspora. We want you to be here. We want to see you. We want to greet you. We want to kneel at your feet. We want to bow at your majesty. We want our children to see you in the flesh right now. You know.
I'm not interrupting you. If anybody
Mhm.
tells you Africa is backward, it's a lie. Look at my waterfront house. You see the video?
Hmm.
You see? Can you see it?
Yes,
Hmm.
Yes.
yes,
Look at that house.
See?
Okay.
Africa is a beautiful place.
Yes.
yes.
Yes. So your home, your home is beautiful. So come
Mhm.
and let's build it better.
Yes.
You have a beautiful
Wow.
place. Yes.
Wow.
We
So
Come,
so
let's build.
coming.
Don't let anybody deceive you that we are in jungle. We are not in jungle.
Right.
Civilization is in Africa.
so
Yes.
so King Nene, we got more questions. Right in the Dr. Sister Chube, are you there? I can see you. The floor is yours.
Yes,
The floor is
yes.
yours.
Grateful. I'm so grateful to be here today with you. It is such an honor just to see and hear from you greatness of what you represent with our original family. It's such an honor as well to be amongst your presence and really to bridge the gap for our youth here in America who in school we are not taught remotely any of the things that is reality in what is Africa today. Want to give honor particularly to Queen Mother Dolores Blakely as well for the work that she have done for over 55 years in bridging the gap for our people in America to know where they came from, to be a constant reminder of the greatness of who we really are. And we have a lot of work to do. We have a lot of work to do. Again, we have the same history, and what Ghana has done honors to President Mahama for that great step he took into bringing a voice to the people that aren't represented. And as my experience at the UN, I couldn't do it without Queen Mother Dolores guiding the way in how we need to work together. It was such a wonderful experience, but then it was also bittersweet because a lot of our groups, as a Haitian descent and also a descendant of slave in the U.S., we have a history that is tumultuous, but has to be represented. And to see that King Nene Tetteh, again, I look forward to meeting you in person. Your spirit speaks volumes, and how we need to also bridge the gap because the United States has a rich history of the transatlantic slave, but again, it's been not supported, it's been swept under the rug. But the steps that have been taken just in the last couple of weeks gives us hope, gives us inspiration, and to remind us that we are to unite because at the end of the day, we all come from the same place. We just been dropped off in different regions, and to connect our young people who are not aware, they're not aware of how great they are due to the history that have been taught deliberately has been erased. They weren't taught that they were comes from kings and queens. They were taught that they were literally slaves, and that's the mentality that has been staying with them in every part of their life, especially through music, and where we want to expose them to powerful ancestral music, not the gangster rap or the lyrics that causes death and destruction. So to have your presence here with us is so important, and I look so forward. You uplifted my spirit, and Queen Mother Dolores, we love you so very much, and we thank you so much for the spirit that God has given you to run the course, to inspire us when we feel that there aren't many representatives. That you have stood in the gaps and continue to stand in the gaps, and your story needs to be told every day, a reminder to our young people that yes, we have our ancestors we have our the spirit of our ancestors that are living with us, amongst us, and to honor you in every way is the most important thing. So I want to encourage our young people, not only in the U.S. but globally, in the sixth region, particularly in Haiti as well, where the conditions are beyond imaginable, that there is hope, but we need to continue to work together and to outcry and to constantly be a reminder to speak vocally on the things that we need to do to replace the holes uh, of what causes the divide, to not be afraid to stand up in your righteousness, but they need to
Wow.
be encouraged in real time. So thank you again, Brother Quabo, for bringing us together. And I want to give honor and shout out to you, Queen Mother, King Nene Tetteh, as well, and many more others of our royalty, looking forward for us to bridging the gap. Our young people need you so very much. And this is only the beginning. So we look forward to seeing what is the next step after this great announcement of reporting the transatlantic slave trade, the importance of it, how detailed it was, reminding us of the history of what we went through the ships and the whips and the chains and the trauma. All of that is what makes us stronger and what can bring us together to really establish something new, something unified. So this is what it excites me every day to know that we have this step forward and we're doing it together. Giving back.
Wow. So we got brothers also from the continent and Brazil. Queen, what I wanted to tell Queen Mother Blakely, you better be ready. I know you're always ready. So the African continent are coming in full force. Because I've got Queen Kings that says, why don't you invite us? I said, no, don't worry about it. So we will, you want to go and crown the Queen Mother? No problem. So we'll move our, whether it's going to be with the carpet or with sweep, we're going to fly to come to New York. I'm going to fly. So, so King Denetete, the question is, one of our conversation, you mentioned about the African stand in solidarity with Haiti, because Haiti plays a vital role, being the first country to be freed, to take freedom into their own hands. Why is important, King Nenetete, for the kings and the queens at the leadership supporting the Haitian people?
Yes. Yes,
Why is
Alpha.
important why is important for the kings and the queens and the politicians to support not only the Haitian people and also the people in the United States?
Yes, Alpha, a journey of a million miles starts with a step. And this is our time.
Yes.
And I promise you that spiritually and physically, our brothers in Haiti will do everything to fight for their freedom because they know that they were the first people who really defeated France.
Mm,
And with that, Haiti became a target
mm,
to the West. And the spirit in which our ancestors used in Haiti to defeat the French, those our ancestors have come back again to fight the battle. So this narrative will be on our lips everywhere we go to make sure that Haiti is stabilized.
Oui.
And also the connection with Haiti and Africa will be like an electricity.
mm,
It will
Yes.
shine on the people of Haiti, and the
mm,
liberation and freedom will come to the Haitian people. So we stand with the Haitian people and our brothers in America and all over the world.
Grateful.
Wow.
Grateful.
Wow. So King
Forward ever
Nenetete,
and backward never. Thank you.
Ashe.
people in Brazil says they wanted to, when you come to Brazil next year, I've got a sister said, uh, let me translate in Portuguese, in English. They're saying, Brother Quabo, we've loved your visit to Brazil with the King and the Queen of Zimbabwe. So we're looking forward to see you, to welcome you next year. Now, the entire community has been galvanized. The politicians gave us the instruction to welcome you on the highest honor to receive the Medal of Freedom. Wow.
Wow.
The Medal of Freedom in Salvador de Bahia, where when you left with the king, you changed our people's life. Now they begin to search, research their ancestors' roots. Hmm.
Okay.
Thank you, sister. Oh, King Nene Tetteh.
Powerful. Powerful. Thanks.
Seems like you changed lives today. Anyway, King Nene Tetteh, they welcome you. They were waiting for you in Brazil. What would you
I'm
say to
ready.
them?
I
What,
already told them Brazil will be my second home. So we
Oh,
are going back.
oh, what?
receiving the Medal of Freedom. Oh, wow.
Yes.
Mm.
So, okay. So maybe you're going to take Queen Mother Blake as well. And
Oh yes,
Yeah.
I'll take it with me.
and Queen Janae and other queens as well.
Yeah.
But anyway, so we got one more question. Oh, this sister Ruth, is that Ruth? Am I right? I need videos. I don't. Here we go. What is your question to the Majesty, to the Queen Mother? The floor is yours.
Just want to first say congratulations to Sister Janae and Sister Foxy for having such a great event um, and a fair, a beautiful ceremony, and everything was spiritually aligned as they planned with Brazil, and just being coming in late for the planning. I'm just honored that I was able to be a part of just making it a beautiful event and helping Queen Mother to have a great spa day. She was able to go to the temple and, get taken care of and pampered all day yesterday. So
Yeah,
thank you so much for everyone that made that happen for Queen Mother. And
yeah,
I took my DNA in Queen Mother's footsteps, and I'm 26 different regions, but maybe like 6 different regions in Africa. And Queen Mother has taught me the way to do things to file in the secretariat. So I want to let everyone know, officially announce that we have filed a human rights violation with Geneva, representing the victims of the transatlantic slave trade, Region 6 of the African Union. And we will be building resorts, healing resorts through the Queen Mothers. Queen Mother has made the charge, and we put in the first violation. She will be going to Geneva to go ahead and start the process. So congratulations to all of you for putting Queen Mother in the place that she needs to be so that we can file it with the Secretariat officially. And we are going after Portugal for our first claim.
Wow. So
Asha.
Wow.
what is your question to the king? The floor is yours, real quick. You got about 30
No
seconds.
questions, just letting you guys know that Queen Mother has officially put it in the United Nations that we are claiming our first reparations claim for anyone that's willing to take their ancestry. And we will be going to our native countries and building with the diaspora. And thank you for welcoming us.
Wow. Wow.
Yes.
King
Wow.
Tete, we're giving you I know you're busy. So the question is, now we're seeing the kings are reaching out the diaspora. You see so many different kings now coming to Europe, going to the United States, Brazil. What is the importance of us embracing the land? Because through the land we have in our resources, we have in our healing mechanism. Help us to understand the healing process, because it's not only about money, it's also about healing ourselves. So you have the medicines in Ghana. I've seen you touch on the importance of us healing ourselves from within spiritually. Help us to understand, because I've seen brothers and sisters talking about the healing mechanism that you developed in Ghana, as well as with King Emmanuel. And then we did a testing, but we did a testing. but we don't want to conflict with the pharmaceutical companies here. But those healing process, it's a mind blowing. It's a game changer. So help us to understand the importance of us healing ourselves from within spiritually.
Yes, spiritually, most of the time as humans, the food we eat sometimes disturb our spirituality. And then, so now we've gone through spiritual research and came out with the herbs that will cure you spiritually. Herbs that will clean your chakras. Herbs that will clean the 100 billion cells in your body. Herbs that will move uh, this precious gland or liquid from your private parts and will climb through the Kundalini serpent, which is the spinal cord, and settle with the pineal gland in the middle of your brains, and open your mind to spirituality. And when you take these herbs, nobody can touch you till the Divine Father, the Creator, calls you. And then at that time, your consciousness will change. When anybody tells you lies, so the brainwashing will stop. So we created a herb to emancipate us from that mental slavery,
Ashe.
to de-brainwash our brains. The herbs is there. I- I'm a student of that. I've taken it.
Mm.
And we've done so now, the Health World Organization, when we did that program, they took it from YouTube because we were telling them that they have the treatment, but we have the cure.
Hmm.
Diabetes, high blood pressure, cancer, we have the cures. Anti-aging, that you be strong, you never age.
Mm.
We have all the herbs, and it's simple. You just use it for tea, morning and night, for a month or so, and you'll be okay. So things are happening, and we want to share with our brothers and sisters in the diaspora that Africa is great.
Mm.
Don't let anybody deceive you. This is the cradle of civilization. Everything started from here.
Yes.
That's why a black man can bleach himself to be like a white man, but a white man cannot turn into black.
Mhm.
We can do our hair to look like the white man, but the white person cannot do his hair to look like us. So out of us came everybody.
Mm.
That's
That's
right.
why every human being you see on earth has a black DNA code in his blood.
Wow.
So this is where
So,
everything started. We have the power is with us. They came, brainwash us. They sent the missionaries 100 years to brainwash us before they came with their guns and things and colonize us. And after they did all these things, they say we sold our people. How do we sell our people? Did we come to New York with the people with ships that we are selling people? They came here to destroy everything we have. And they turn our gods into fetish. They say, oh, it's idol worship. That's why you see them paint the angel white man and the Satan black man. Let us not don't let them brainwash us. Those age is
wow.
past. We are in a different
Wow.
era, and the spiritual
Queen
doors is
Mother,
open for us. Thank you.
Queen Mother Blakely, what is your last message to King Nene Tetteh? The floor is yours. You are the mother.
I'm all,
What is your last message to King Nene Tetteh?
To your,
Abodonu
your,
the fourth.
your Royal Highness, Queen Mother say to you, I can't wait to embrace you. I can't wait to see you. I can't wait to sit with you. I can't wait to eat with you. If God allows me, I'm looking forward to coming home to Ghana again. I'm coming home to Ghana again to the royal court. Blessings upon you, and may God, the Creator, the giver of all life, sustain you and the royal family. Blessings upon you.
King Nene Tetteh,
Yes.
before you, because obviously as the Royal Highness, we have to give you the last mic to close the show. Uh, uh, Queen Janae, are you there? Yes, she's there. Uh, what is your
Okay.
before we give you the last mic, King Nene Tetteh? Queen Janae Zing, are you there? Right. She might gonna join us in a minute. Uh, but I just want to emphasize, brothers and sisters, this show it's really for us to analyze what's next and
Mhm.
what kind of reparation we as African people needed the most. So my question to King Nenetete, based on your journey as a leader, when we talk about reparation, we're talking about whether it's financial reparation. That's what we normally focus on. But there's different type of reparation. We're talking about spiritual repair, institutional repair, because oftentimes we only see money. Money is important, but other aspect of our life is also extremely important. That's why I asked you the question about healing, land reparation. So I think you have to go in and out, King Nenete. Is in your side? Is in your side? Can you hear me?
Prince, your voice is not coming.
It is in your side on you.
Check your mic. I can still not hear you.
No, no, they can hear me. Is Queen Mother, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Absolutely. It's down to the king there. Uh, so going to Sister Janae is not picking up right now, but Queen Sister True Bay, obviously we're finding difficult to trying to get your pictures that you sent it to me. Right. Can you hear me now, King?
Hmm.
Yeah, it's on your side. Uh, before we give you the last mic, uh, we just want to hear from Sister Trube, as she's a policy analyst. What kind of reparation we needed the most, in your humble thoughts, in 2 minutes?
Absolutely. And give thanks again for this broadcast. Primarily, we need land. Land is the primary top of the source for reparatory justice because with land, we can develop, we can cultivate, we can grow, we can build housing. Primarily and schools, banks to repair our community. We cannot do it without land. So land is the first portion of reparatory justice. Secondly, the opportunity for financial gain, as it was a number that was given of $5 million per descendant of chattel slave, was a doable number. Starting in California, reparatory justice started with AB 3121. And there, that determined with the San Francisco task force that $5 million was a doable number, and that includes reparatory justice for those who have been incarcerated, those especially Black families who have been overrepresented in the homeless system. So these systems have to change, but most importantly, human rights has to be a law. Human rights is a resolution right now, but because it's not a law, which I'm so grateful for Ruth for mentioning, yes, the charges on an international courts of justice has to be done. And what needs to be done in Geneva and for Queen Mother Dolores, again, to stand in the gaps and represent that for us there here in America, we need to have human resources, those who are on the same course to fight for this same thing. Human rights must be a law. Once it's a law, it makes it harder for violations and trauma for the Black community that suffers every day in these courses. So, what I look to see again is ownership of land that is given to us, that the soil that we toiled from the beginning with our blood, sweat, and tears literally should be given to these families. A lot of land deeds currently are being stripped from families or descendants of chattel slaves who rightfully own this land. Reparatory justice starts with that. And once we get the land, then we'll be able to build according to that land that is given to us. So that's what I look to see for Haiti, particularly. It is everything. We don't have a system. We have to have accountability on the what the U.S., Canada, and France is currently doing, because Haiti currently is not running its own government. Haiti would like to have a democracy, needs to have power to the people, especially the youth. And what we would like globally is a support system to help build the schools of Haiti, the programs of Haiti, because without education, it's kind of hard to uplift our young people. But I'm grateful
Wow.
for this first step that Ghana has taken for us to open the door to see the results of reparatory justice.
Wow. Wow. Queen Tete, uh, Abuadonu the fourth. Yes, I'm right now. Uh, so now we are giving the mic to you to be able to close this show. But again, we're going to be having very extensive show to be able to break it down, the type of reparation that we are talking about. Uh, but King Tete, we are giving you the mic to close the show,
Mm.
the conversation.
Okay. The conversation is when we talk about reparation, we have to look it from a holistic angle.
Mm.
Let us follow the let us follow the trend of the Jewish. They were given reparation. The
Exactly.
Rothschilds led them to build the Jewish state where they massacre a lot of
Hmm.
Palestinians, and they built that Jewish state, led by Ben Gurion,
Hmm.
1948.
Hmm.
And they put so much money into them to build that
That's right.
state.
That's right.
What about us who build your cities and your nation?
Yeah.
We deserve a lot.
Yes.
And then we lost almost about 12 million in the transatlantic slave
Hmm.
trade. If Adolf Hitler would do with about 3 million Jews, and we're talking, we're giving them big reparations, million ancestors that died in the crossing. Some of the
Mm.
ships, they threw them into the Atlantic Ocean, and they went for insurance money. All this we
Yes.
have to look at it. So we first, we really have to sit down and talk to the
Yes.
United Nations and the
Yes.
International Court of Justice to
Yes.
Yes.
structure it very well. We need everything holistically.
Hmm.
Then one serious thing that affected us is the mental slavery.
Mm.
And when people brainwash you, that no money can pay for that.
Mm. Mm.
So, in short, we have to sit down and
Thank you.
analyze these things
Yes.
very well.
Yes. Yes. And your Roy
So
Highness.
there's no
I'm
money
not.
that can pay. There's no
Yes.
money that can pay this. No
Yes.
money.
Mm. Mm.
But
Thank
we work
you.
on that. And
Thank
let
you for.
us also
Mm.
come together. Unity is the power. Let us have that
Yes.
unity.
Yes.
And
Yes.
whatever we want, we will achieve.
Ashe.
So before I go, I,
Wow.
I give you my small prayer. I said, may the divine essence of the cosmic infuse our beings, cleanse us of all impurities of our minds and bodies, that we
Mm.
may enter into the temples of our souls, commune in pureness and in worthiness. May the divine light pierce through our personal consciousness, and may
Mm.
we trace the light of bliss to its source. There
Mm.
find our true self truly to be the one with the Father of all. May the divine essence of truth, wisdom, knowledge, understanding, long life and prosperity, riches, wealth, abundance abide with us now and forevermore.
Mm.
Amen. Africa must
I
unite.
mean, I mean,
Wow.
reparations now. Go get your
Wow.
Ah,
money, honey. The words of Queen Mother are Lemore. Go get your
Wow.
money, honey. They owe you reparation. And also our dearly beloved sister, Deidre Farmer, who sued the insurance companies. She did that. She's in the in the UK right now. Deidre Farmer Pelma, one of
Yes.
our warrior sisters in the spirit of Queen Mother Moore. Reparations now. Reparations now. Reparations now. Go get your money, honey, is what Queen Mother Artie Moore would have said to us. And I will add to it, cut the check.
Cut the
Cut the
check.
check. Cut the
Wow.
check.
That's right.
Wow.
That's right.
Wow. Brothers and sisters, uh, as we got so many messages, but the time is running against us. So all I gotta say to you, uh, next year, even throughout this year, a lot of things happening, as you saw it. At the UN, kings are galvanizing in the continent. They wanted to reach out to the diaspora. And then Queen Mother Blakely made a great point as few of our brothers and sisters rationally now understanding that look, we are together as African, but as descendant of kings and queens that were tortured during this transatlantic crime, we wanted to be able to build our sovereign state because in America we cannot just fight. We can't fight with the white America with the words. Has to be in the position of power, on the position of sovereign. Are you understand what I'm talking about, brothers? I need you to people understanding. Leave your emotions aside. Because in order to fight reparation, you have to have a state that when they give you the money, you know what to do with the money. Because right now, even if the United States government say, oh, I'm giving you these billions of money, you will end up spending right back to the same people that did atrocity to you. So that's why, respectfully, this conversation needs to happen between the owners, the kings and the queens in Africa, because these kingdoms that's already there, that's still there. The politicians, the leadership, like Queen Mother Blakely, the traditional leadership, the cultural leadership in the United States, in Brazil, in the UK, in the Caribbean, so we can structure a land in the continent because the African continent is vast. So the AU can sit down and say, you know what? This is a curve of land that we're going to give it to you. So we can both working together to develop the house, which is the Alkebulan, the African continent. That's why, brothers and sisters, next year we will come in on the full force in New York. Yes. Kings I wanted to come and they wanted to also officially coronate Queen Mother Blakely. How beautiful is that? Brother, kings, queens from Africa are coming to the United States to say, you know what? Now we wanted to crown you right here in this land. So that's why I cannot miss this opportunity. I'll be there. That's 100% for sure. I'll be there. And we're counting on you, brothers and sisters, with the leadership of Sister Janae and those of you out there in New York. Let's make it happen. And we're sure it's going to be something that will go down in history. And when you're talking about fighting the Portuguese, count me in. That's exactly what I've been doing for over these years, fighting the Portuguese. Starting with the Queen Zinga, I'm just descendant of Queen Zinga that's carrying on the fight. The Portuguese must need to be held accountable. Don't just focus on the British, on the white America, but the British, the Portuguese, and the French, and the Belgian. They got a business to explain to us. That's why, Queen Mother, when you go into to the Geneva, put me in.
Amen.
I will be your servant to
Queen
show
Mother,
up.
Queen Mother will. Blessings upon you. And the Ark of Return is the royal crowning for Queen Mother Blakely. Would be at the Ark of Return at the United Nations. It should be the world gathering there by member states and for the witnesses of the African Union and all of the member states of the United Nations for such an occasion for Queen Mother Blakely. Blessings to all of you. And I ask that God allow us to continue this dialogue, communicating with each other in our divine family. And peace again to all of us. Peace.
Wow. So, Queen Mother Blakely, it's such an honor. It's an honor to have you in our platform and to interact with you. And then definitely we should see each other next year to be able to serve you. And
And,
then be there with the few kings and the queens
and
to 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 not only crown you, but put you in the position that you always belonged, which
amen.
is the kingdoms of Africa.
So
And
be
Yes.
it.
the kingdoms is not only in the continent, it's throughout the diaspora.
So
And that
be it.
you do represent the kingdom of Africa. Because
So be it.
before all these Nigerias and Angola and Zimbabwe and then Ghana, you name it. So we had kingdoms, and they're still there today. And
Today.
we must need to bring this kingdom because the children of Africa must need to see themselves as royal
Yes.
because we weren't enslaved. We
Mm,
weren't as slaves. Although they say transatlantic slave trade, but we weren't slaves. We weren't
mm,
enslaved at all. We were prisoners of war.
mm, mm,
And so
Mhm.
many of our ancestors fought to liberate ourselves, even on the so-called slave ships,
mm.
and they prefer to die. And
Gosh.
that's why we have to unite ourselves. We have
Gosh.
to leave this ego aside. Oh, I'm FBA, Foundation of Black America. Yes, you can be that, but we must need to unite. That's what we're
Gosh.
saying.
That's right.
Gosh.
You
Ashe.
have the right to be. You have the right to fight for the Foundation Black America. Yes, I do agree, but don't put down your people, those that can be your ally.
Mm,
Do you
mm,
reckon these Jewish states are just came out by themselves?
mm.
Most of the people in Israel, they're descendant of Europeans.
Exactly.
Poland and UK. Most of that states, they're descendant of Europeans. So therefore, we can just replicate it at the UN. Say, you know what? Since you did that to Israel, then we need to do you have the right. We have the right for you to advocate our states. Then, when you go to the AU, African Union, they're gonna have no option to say, you know what? African is vast. So you can have a land bigger than Israel. That's a guarantee. There's few little towns in Africa are more bigger than Israel. Just the little towns in Africa are more bigger than Israel. So you don't have no option. You just have to come together. Unity is the key of our success. Peace and love. And keep sharing this message, brothers and sisters. We are doing every single Sunday, bringing to you the best of ourselves. Next show, we're going to read all the messages from Brazil, from Congo, from Angola. Yes. And then because of the connection, we wanted to have Professor Dagoberto from Brazil, one of our powerful elder. He's taking 2,000 people into Africa on the slave or on the boat. 2,000
Yes.
brothers and sisters. She's bringing, the spirit of Marcus Garvey.
Mm.
And then it's coming from Brazil. He
Yes.
was born in Brazil.
Yes.
And remember, Brazil is the biggest African nation outside the continent.
You are correct.
And that's why we are coming. So,
Mm.
Queen Mother Blakely, you got about literally 1 minute, a message to the entire African people globally. I'm giving you another mic for one
I will
minute,
give a
a
shout out.
message to the entire African people only.
I will give a shout out to all of us. Bond as one. Just bond as one. As I've told the mothers, the daughters, the sisters, the girl child at the Commission on the Status of Women at the United Nations in the month of March. Bond as one. Become united as one Africa. Just one Africa. Don't care where we are. And yes, we have a homeland that we're working on right now for the last 30 years, and that is the kingdom of Cush. The
Ashe.
kingdom of Cush. The
Ashe.
kingdom of Cush. From our royal sons in the United States of America. And most of them were born in a place called Brooklyn, New York.
Hmm.
God is an awesome God.
Ashe.
From
Yes.
the voice of our King, from the land, from the kingdom that spoke to us in truth and righteousness. God, go on with your spirit and grace and blessings to our dearly beloved daughter who made it happen yesterday of instilling our warrior queen mother yesterday. What a day it
Ashe.
was. Sankofa International. Blessings upon you, dearly beloved daughter, who was given the charge yesterday to do so in the healing modality and the spirituality of African people.
Yes.
Blessings upon us. Hold on to God's unchanging hands that rocks the cradle, the mother of civilization, who she is. Stand in
Ashe.
your role with no fear, but with the energy of harmony of life. Blessings to all of us. Blessings.
Wow. So, brothers and sisters, we must need to connect. As you can see, the slideshow are not open. We wanted to bring the picture of Sister Trube at the UN, where stood up with Queen Mother Blakely and few other queens uh, during the March month to talk, to enlighten the world the value and the importance of the African women into this fight of liberating ourselves. So, but we're definitely going to have a full show with you, Sister Trube, in order for us to break it down, the importance of our sisters, our queen mothers, to liberate our people globally. I
Yes,
mean globally, because the fight is global. It's not
glo-
only locally, it's global.
global.
So
Yes.
the Queen Mother going through in New York is the same of what some of our great Queen Mother going through in the continent.
Exactly.
And then it's what exactly what our great Queen Mothers are going through in the Caribbean, in Haiti, Jamaica, Barbados, Saint Kitts, St. Lucian. We must need to understand that the fight is not only local. Because if you narrow your mind, close your mind to fight locally, you will forget your potential allies. Because you need allies, you need international allies in order to back you up.
That's right.
And
Yeah.
that's why, brothers and sisters, we always have to mention about the Haitian Revolution. We have to mention about the great queens and the kings who stood up to free ourselves, to free our people globally. Peace and blessings. Next week, we're going to be having a show with few of our Igbo family. There's a lot of things going on in South Africa. So my Igbo people, so we're going to be having a show with few of our Igbo people that is been a major backlash in South Africa.
Mhm.
They installed one of our king over there in the community, and our South African family didn't like it at all. So that's why we're going to be breaking down. As you can see, some people have been to so many Igbo events throughout the world. So I kind of understand what the Igbo family are coming from. But at the same time, in order to crown somebody into different land, like for example, what we're doing with the Queen Mother, Queen Mother Blakely, is the people that is taking the leadership on the ground. The kings are only going over there to be a part of the coronation, to emphasize the coronation. But it's not the kings in Africa that say, "Oh, we wanted to crown Queen Blakely and Queen Ashantua." No, is the people on the ground that wanted to honor them, and the kings from the continent are just coming in to emphasize the spirituality, the throne, to give that ritual, the ancestor rituals. That's what they're doing. But imagine now the kings of Africa just pull up in the United States and say, "We're going to crown somebody there." No, that's not how it works. You're going to create a backlash. And that's what's happening right now with few of our Igbo people in South Africa. We're going to break it down next week. I will see you very soon, next week, same time here at Radio Diamond. But when it comes to the Portuguese, I've seen message of our brothers. We have to pound it on the Portuguese because most of the country they abstain themselves into this vote at the UN. Abstention means no, they didn't agree at all. So at least you have majority of the African nation and the global South are standing with the African people. But we still have Haiti, Argentina, United States, Israel. They oppose it. They say no, we're not agreed. Because if we start open up this, because they feel like what they did, actually, they're supposed to be a country that actually embracing our struggle. Because they've been through the same situation with the not with the Germany. But seems like they voted against it. So that's why, brothers and sisters, we're still gonna break it down this vote at the UN. Because we have, as we speak here in the UK, we as we speak in the UK, we having this sister. She's the leader of the Conservative Party. This sister here, mhm, she said UK should have voted against the African demanding for slavery reparation. Kimi Badenoch, she's the leader of the Conservative Party, one of
Interesting.
the, I can say, one of the racist party here in the UK. They put a black face to deceive us, all of them, all of us. Look what she's saying. The Great Britain was a major player in the slave trade for centuries, but later led the global fight against the abolition in the Slave Trade Act 1807 and the abolition of slavery. According to to her, UK have no business to pay no reparation to no one because they fought. But we know clearly this system being used by those racists here in the UK. She's the leader of the main opposition party here in the UK. And then the backlash began with the Minister of Foreign Affairs of Ghana. So there is a lot thing going on, my brothers and sisters. Now they're afraid that the black people are coming for reparation. And we must need to understand the slave, they abolished the slave, so-called slavery. They abolished on 1883. But ultimately, they don't want to pay reparation. They don't even want to talk about it. And that's why they're afraid. They're using the black faces now to come against those who have been fighting for reparation. And we must need to bring this issue about. Thank you so much. I will see you next week. Roll with the slideshow. We finish with the slideshow. Next week at the same time, we'll be back. Thank you so much. And thank you one more time, Queen Mother Blakely. Thank you, Sister Chubay, Sister Janae, all of you out there in the United States. I salute you and keep doing the great work. And we definitely are coming next year. We're coming to hug you and then really share our history from the other side. And then you can share your history from that side so we can learn each other's struggle. Thank you so much.
Love you, Sister Shanae. Love you, Sister Shanae. Love you, Sister Shanae.
Wow.
Yes.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
she hit me like that. Saw that thing so beautiful. That she just hit my heart, oh. That full force and she got me like that. I be like, baby, why you so fine? Gotta make you mine. So hard to find. Baby, like, oh, how'd you do the thing? The way that you do it, and she ain't even show nothing. She be walking around so confident, so heaven sent. I think she was meant to knock them daylight. Like, girl, you so fine. Oh, 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 oh. Yeah. Girl, you rockin' like, ooh, baby, so fine. Miss Baby, girl, you knock 'em dead. Ooh, yeah, oh, yeah, yeah. She was so sublime, super fine. She was never lying, strutting in the heels or her slides. Either way, eyes on her every single day, week, year. Everyone wondering how she does it with no fear. All that confidence, was it heaven sent? Does it come within? Does it come run out? I don't know. She'll just have them running out and in. Man, they want to sin, talking deadly sin with Mrs. Lady. I don't understand why she hit them like. Girl, you knock 'em dead. Oh, oh, oh. How you do the things you do? Yeah, yeah. Baby, you knock 'em dead. I'm already saying. Ooh, it's pretty there.